Welcome. So today we'll be discussing about this answer key that has come from UPSC. Now these report cards are circulating everywhere online and different institutes claiming that we have got most right, they got this wrong, UPSC got this wrong. Okay, all that is going along around. For that you can see some other videos. Here my focus is on telling you what this answer key tells us and what should be our learning from it. That's the only point. Okay, now if you see particularly, I'll talk about two questions. One is this question number 6. Okay, now if you see all the answer given by UPSC is D for set A, and all the institutions have got this wrong. Even this is being shown right here, but I think this is only as they also have given C, so they have also got it wrong according to this table. I have not checked there. I have no such inspiration to do dissection of each institution. Okay, so one is this question and the other question is this 49th. Again, you can see most institutions are giving some other answer. Now, why only these two questions? Understand, because these come from mathematics and reasoning part. See, there is a lot of interpretation issues with respect to RCs, and you need not worry much about it. Some questions you may get correct, some questions you may get incorrect. That is same for everybody. Okay, nobody can really guarantee everything in RC. Some year some institution may have got more, some year they may get less. This keeps on going. This is a cycle. So don't be too much inspired or demotivated because of it. What we need to understand is mainly focused on mathematics and reasoning part, because here what UPSC has done is actually setting a precedent that we'll try to understand. Okay, now let's see this. So these are those two questions. This question is three prime numbers PQR each are less than 20 are such that P minus Q is equals to Q minus R. How many distinct possible values can we get for P plus Q plus R? Now, this is the other question, the 49th question. This is about three people. A mobile phone has been stolen. There are three suspects PQR. They were questioned knowing that only one of them is guilty. So it is only talking about one person being guilty, two persons being non-guilty. Then their responses are as follows. Then their responses are given. It is asking you who stole the mobile phone. Now, let's see. See, so every year I also attempt the paper with you when you are attempting, like after that. So let's say you come up at 4:30. So from 5 to 7, I also attempt the paper. So this is my original attempt. Okay, now you can see that here I have written that three prime numbers are written. Now, they are not saying that these are distinct. They are not saying that PQR are distinct. If they are not saying this, then we must consider the trivial case also, which is all these PQR are equal. Now, does this satisfy? Now you will see that it satisfies for all numbers, all these prime numbers. For example, you take here 2 plus 2. You take here 2 plus 2. This is also equal to 2 into 2. Similarly, 3 plus 3 will also be equal to 2 into 3. It's the same thing, correct? So it holds for all of these. All of these prime numbers. How many prime numbers do I have less than 20? Quite a few. So I have written 6 and then I have said that there are a lot of prime numbers. Now, what most institutions have done, and it is not so wrong. Okay, understand what from what way they are thinking. See, they have only taken non-trivial cases where PQR, because they are using different variables, are not equal. So then they started looking for those triplets. So they found 3, 5, 7. Correct? You can see here that 3 plus 3 plus 7 is 10. 5 into 2 is also 10. Correct? So this is being satisfied. Similarly for 3, 7, 11. Similarly for 5, 11, 17. 3, 11, 19. 7, 13, 19. So they got 5 cases like this, but 2 of them actually has the same sum. It is asking you how many different values of P plus Q plus R are correct. So these two have the same sum, correct? 11 plus 5 is 16, 16 plus 17 is 33. This also 19 plus 11 is 30, 30 plus 3, 33. So both of them are same as the sum. So that's why they have only counted this once. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 4 such triplets. Answer for them became A. that is 4. Now, this is something that in UPSC usually what they used to consider. If they give a statement like this, they usually consider basic assumptions, like if they are using different variables, then these are distinct numbers. All these are very basic assumptions that generally taken in these general aptitude exams. Okay, so these are generally considered in the aptitude exam. They have also considered it and gave the answer. But what we need to learn here is UPSC gave the answer more than 6. That is, they considered the trivial cases also. Why? Because it is not specifically written that PQR are distinct prime numbers. If it was 3 distinct prime numbers, then the answer would have been 4. But they have not said this, so we must consider this case also. And if you consider this case, then you have 6 7 prime numbers here only. So of course the number of such cases or triplets is much more than 6. Then let's see this also. Now here, this question again, same thing. So basically here they are telling that only one of them is guilty and all three of them are questioned. Now it does not say specifically a line that is written in all questions like these when they are asked that a person a person who is guilty will always lie and who is non-guilty will always say the truth. If you don't have this assumption, now you cannot guess. Correct, because P said I did not steal, Q stole it. Now if you don't consider that P lies or P tells the truth, then this statement is bogus. You don't know really that he is telling the truth or not. Similarly, you don't know for Q also. Similarly, you don't know for R also. So can you conclude anything? If you don't know three people are telling the truth or lie, you cannot conclude anything. And that's why the answer came out to be cannot be concluded. This was given by UPSC. While most answer keys gave answer as A based on this assumption. Because this is what is usually assumed in most reasoning questions. In most questions in CAT and other exams when it is given, they add a line like this. That this is added as a line there, that guilty always lies and non-guilty always says the truth. UPSC didn't, so they gave the answer cannot be determined, cannot be concluded. Now, what do we learn from this that you understand? Learning is fairly simple. Basic core is in mathematics and reasoning. Understand this. Like from this year, they are going to release the answer keys also. Now, see, in comprehension questions, some people, some teachers and students will be filing cases, okay, against comprehension questions, GS questions, because their interpretation is there, and for their interpretation also they can find some things in the passage, correct? So they can file cases. That is possible. But actually, if you look at these two questions, you cannot file any representation against it, because UPSC has given the correct answer given the circumstances. This was your own assumptions that institute students made. So you will not be able to claim anything here because it was not written. So they must consider the trivial case also if you go by real mathematics. Similarly, here also you cannot assume unless given. Now, maybe when they were framing a question, they forgot one line. They also wanted to give A as answer, but when they were making the answer key, they found, oh, that should have been written, and they gave the answer as D. Okay, so please be careful. What you have to do in math and reasoning, don't make any assumptions, because now answer key will also be released. Those assumptions will be challenged if UPSC tries to take them in their answer key. Eventually, the answer which is more correct by strict mathematics will tend to be considered. Okay, so don't make any assumption. Try to find correct option based on it. Now, neither is present, none of the above is present. Then more than X, like in that question, cannot be determined. If all these options are available, mark them. We will fight for it. It is possible to fight if you are mathematically absolutely correct. Correct. Now, sometimes again, because this is aptitude exam, sometimes it happens that you don't find anything if you are not doing the basic assumptions, if you're not assuming anything. Then some people will say that you can just leave it this that. I would say, then if this is not working, please make certain assumptions, okay, very small certain assumptions to solve it. But see, ultimately cases and all these keep getting filed, your result will be decided. Okay, and you want to be on the right side so that you are free from stress. Like right now also I feel that they will release the answer key, that will happen, but I don't think they will release the revised answer key, because that is not very clearly said by the courts. So maybe I think that will be a loophole. So again, what will happen, you will file complaints whatever, but we won't be able to know that what they are using to check the answers. So always, if this is not working, no option, you're not getting anything, then you can make the basic assumption and just mark. This is what you need to learn. Learning from RCs is not very clear. Sometimes they have taken more general statements that are not directly assumptions to be correct. Sometimes they have gone very deep and not taken it correct. So getting a conclusion out of it that is incorrect is not very advisable. Just don't worry about it. Try to score well enough. That means you should have buffer of 4 or 5 questions always. Then you are in the safe range. That's why I always count that 80 is the cutoff for CSAT. That should be your approach as well. Understood? Their interpretation will always vary. You cannot do much, but in mathematics and reasoning, this is the precedent that they are setting, that you have to be correct mathematically, because that is defensible even in the courts. With this, I would end this small video. That's it. Thank you.